I say, John.
Yes?
Tense up, control room. We're ready to do one.
Oh, right. We'll run VT as well.
Your studio is tensing up down here, so we'll just possibly tense up a little, and we'll try and wax a hot one.
Can I just hear the new Mellotron sound, please? That wasn't really quite exaggerated enough. Yes, the new Mellotron sound. So really good.
Can you bluff your way through that one?
In November of 1976, I was booked as a session musician in the same way, really, that Tony Levin was booked for Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman and Howe. And I remember after about 2 weeks, nothing had even been worked out what I was going to get paid. It really was an immaterial point, but I mean, I knew someday I'd get a session fee or something for doing it. I was just having a field day. It's just the same as it was, really, in close to the edge type of days, you know, fragile days. I remember thinking, God, it's just a bit of a shame, really. I feel more like part of the band than a session musician. Came to a situation where Claude Nobbs, who was the head of WA in Switzerland, threw a party. And we're all sitting around, and Brian Lane came over to me with Chris again. Chris is a unique character in as much as that he severely comes to the forefront when necessary, I think is the correct word. He is a very clever guy, apart from being a superb bass player. And they came and sat down one either side of me, I remember it quite clearly, and they said, well, we've got a situation. If we're going out on tour to promote this album when it's done, it's crazy, we're going to have to get somebody to come out and play your keyboard parts, and to be honest, it's going to be our job finding somebody to play the way that you play, so how would you feel about coming out and playing? I said, love to, yeah, it'd be great, yeah. He said, well, that sort of presents another problem, really. He said, because the Yes supporters out there won't really accept you as a sideman in the band. I mean, so how do you feel about sort of joining the band again, really, as a full-time member? And anyway, we'd probably have to pay you more as a session musician, as by the time the album's finished, as what's left as a cut, you know? And I laughed. I said, yeah, loves it, sounds great. I said, so you're in? I said, I'm in. He said, fantastic. About half an hour later, this melody maker appeared, and there's the five of us sitting in Montrose, Mountain Studios in Montrose, and there's a headline over the top. It's got Wakeman rejoins Yes. I went, oh, great, yeah, that's really good, and I'd like to know. And it was the day before his melody maker. Somebody had come in from London, and they brought it with them. I said, yeah, it's great. I put it down, and I went, hold on a minute. And I said to Brian, I said, but you've only just asked me. I said, how come this is, he said, educated guess. I said, well, what would you have done if I'd have said no, or they hadn't have decided they want me in the band? He said, well, it's just sort of one of those decisions that a manager has to make. So it was crazy.